Alright, what I'm going to display today is a kit that I have made, mainly just for a single person, but you could possibly use this for two people. Just in an emergency situation where you may or may not have access to your house, or you may something you could keep in your car, or some of these bad storms we've been having lately where you'd end up having to walk home. Kind of a kit that I had put together mainly for just emergency purposes, and I was just going to kind of go through it and just show you what I've put together here. This is basically just a bag that I picked up at Walmart. It's a bag that is about $5 or $6. It comes with some pockets on the front. It's got some spaces in the top where it's kind of it's zippered compartments. There's some pockets on the sides. It does have a shoulder strap. And I'll kind of go through some of the things that I put in here. So basically in the front you do have a pocket, and I put a lighter, a pack of matches from an MRE actually, and that's all for the front. Put those back. And then this next pocket that's in the front there, just kind of put a little things that you may need. I've got a regular Swiss Army knife. You've seen these just with a big nice cutting blade if you needed to cut something up. An extra, just a spare flashlight, just something inexpensive, an LED that will last a long time. Some extra batteries for the flashlight, and then just a little multi-tool I threw into the pack as well. Those can kind of all just go into the front, so you've got those right up. Got the flashlight so that you can set your kit up when you need to. I'll lift this up a little bit. There is a pocket in the top that's separate from the cooler compartment, and in there I've just thrown some of the water bags you'll find, kind of like what you see on the life rafts. I've got 4 bags in there. They kind of fit without making the top swell up too much. So these are good for 5 years. They've got some when they were bagged, so they were recently about a year old now, but they are good for 5 years. And then it is expandable, so if you do need to make some more room, you can, if you do have a few more things in there. And this is kind of what's on the inside. So it does have a tub. It's removable, so if you wanted to put ice or something in here, you can. And I kind of like that where it was, you could separate the two pieces from each other. Just threw in a regular cloth so that you could use that for cleaning up. I've got a couple bowls in here that I've picked up. So you got a bowl and a cup. They just expand. And then you can cook some stuff and eat, and then you have something to drink out of as well. Now, I may do a review on this later, but there are a lot of reviews out there right now. I've picked up the Sawyer water filter with the bag that goes with it and the back flush cleaning plunger. This filter is good for 100,000 gallons of water, so I figured that you could supply more than enough water than you'll need during this emergency situation, and you've got the back flush so that you can keep this clean and pretty much take care of all your water needs. I did add a bottle. It's empty right now, but it's a bottle of chlorine just in case I need to do a little bit of extra water purification, as well as some water purification tablets. I threw in a couple different stoves because I like to have a backup on things, and sometimes you may not need, you may just need to boil some water real quick. So you've seen these before, and this has been used quite a bit. It's one of the Esbit stoves with some tablets. A lot of people have seen these. They're real nice. They can boil a single cup of water pretty quickly. I did also have some extra tabs. Just some chicken broth in case you just needed a cup of something that would fill you up a little bit, but not have to make a whole meal. Just some extra sanitizing wipes. These are actually, I had seen a video on these where somebody had taken straws, these are some straws from McDonald's, I think, that I put dishwashing detergent in them, and then I just sealed the ends up with a lighter and using my multi-tool so I could cut into these and wash up if I needed to. Do have one of the stainless steel cups, so you can heat water on that if you needed to. Most people know what those are good for. And this is the main part of my stove. This kit here is a cube stove, is what they call this, and it has multiple ways that you can cook on. You can use these bricks here. They are like cedar, I believe, and they've got impregnated with wax, so it makes it burn for a long time. Does make them waterproof as well. You can also put sterno stoves in these, so they'll sit flat in there, then you just close that down. Or there's a shelf if you need a different way, and you can actually use the Esbit type cubes on there. Just put that there, or the gel. And this is, you can move this either way, or I have also seen where you could put this in a fire, right into the fire, upside down, and this kind of makes for some feet. So you set that down on your fire, and then you could put your cup on top of that so that you can heat water up that way. So this stove has got a ton of different ways you can use this. And then I just store the cubes in there like that. Just a couple extra of those. These burn for, they say half an hour or so, but I've seen more on the lines of maybe 20 minutes or so. I really wouldn't try and cook a large pot of water with one of those, because they just don't seem to last long enough to get or maintain a boil for a decent amount of time. But if you're just trying to heat up some bouillon or some ramen noodles or something, you should be able to get plenty enough cook time on that. A couple boxes of these matches. They're full, brand new boxes. I like to keep those in there all the time as a backup source of light if I do run out of batteries or whatnot. One of the industrial snap light sticks that last 12 hours. This one just has to be green. This is the straw. It's kind of weird. This is the straw that fits onto the filter if you needed to drink water right out of the cup. So you don't. You can put these either on, screw this onto a regular water bottle, or you can put the straw on and drink right through the filter. And then I got a set of. This just happens to be military, but any kind of knife, fork, and spoon set. Just threw that in there as well. And then on the pockets on the side, I just have more of the sanitary wipes. And that's about it for my just individuals. Not quite like bugging out, but if you could leave this in your car, if you had an MRE or something, you could have some hot water to go with it. Use your MRE heater to heat a meal. You could throw other things in there depending upon the time of year, like hot chocolate or coffee. I'm not a big coffee drinker, so I don't usually put coffee in my kits, but just a simple kit that like I said, I picked this bag up for $5 at Walmart, and a number of the other parts I just got from Amazon. So I hope you like my kit. If you got any ideas, just post some comments. If you think I've left anything out, or if you've got too much stuff in here, just let me know. I appreciate you watching my videos, and I hope to come out with more in the future. Have a good, bye-bye.